Hey guys, so the Fairytale-a-thon is happening next week and unfortunately I can't take part because the first week of February is really quite busy for me, so I am going to be focusing more on comic books and short books that I can actually get through, and unfortunately most of my fairy tale books are quite long or just don't fit the prompts for the Fairytale-a-thon, so I unfortunately can't take part. But I still want to support the Fairytale-a-thon because it's such a good idea for a readathon and it's right up my alley. It's just the fact that the last two times it's run I've been really busy, so I'm hoping to take part in round 3, if there is a round 3, fingers crossed. But I still wanted to support it, so I thought I would do a video this year all about my favourite fairy tale characters. So without further ado, here are my favourite fairy tale characters. The first one has to be Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Was anyone expecting anything different from me right now? I adore Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and that's for quite a few reasons. One, she is rather bookish, which I'm quite bookish, hence the booktube channel, but she's also seen as quite weird and she doesn't have that many friends in her village and stuff like that, and that's very much me in a lot of ways because I live in a tiny village and I have one friend not in the village. You know, I'm very much like Belle in a lot of ways and I see myself a lot in her, especially when she's singing her main song Belle, where she says I want so much more than this provincial life and things like that. It just sort of really spoke to me on such a level. I can't not adore Belle. I adore her. She is brilliant, especially in the Emma Watson version. I love her. And if I'm putting Belle on this list, I have to put Prince Adam, aka the Beast. I am Beauty and the Beast trash, as we have already established, but Beast is just a character in every version I have seen that I just adore for separate reasons depending on what version it is. In the Dan Stevens version, I adore him because his redemption arc and everything and how he slowly falls for Belle and slowly becomes more confident with her is just absolutely beautiful. And also I'm Dan Stevens trash, I'm not gonna lie. And also his song Evermore just is beautiful. I love that song. I adore it. It's my favourite song of the film, apart from obviously the big dance number, because I am ballroom dancing trash because I've watched too much Strictly Come Dancing. But I adore that number and I adore his pain as he's singing it and how he lets her go to protect her father and things. I just really love. And also he has a massive library. Can't help but love the massive library. And then if we're talking about the Once Upon a Time version, I love Rumple. Rumple's redemption arc was just the most beautiful thing, and how he started out as a good guy who was really quite desperate to becoming really quite evil to wanting to do good for Belle and sort of really struggling with it. I really appreciated watching his struggle, if that sounds right. I just really loved watching him try to be the best he could possibly be, and I just really loved watching that. Also, whenever they danced, I nearly cried. I'm not kidding. I was completely encaptured by the Dan Stevens Emma Watson dance one, but that was not exactly ruined, but it was very odd because obviously the Beast is a beast in that, and I couldn't really judge the ballroom dancing, and as a massive Strictly fan, that annoyed me because I was sort of just going, you need to keep your shoulders up and stuff, but it's sort of really difficult because he's a beast. Whereas in Once Upon a Time, obviously, he's in human form, and watching him dance with Belle, just incredible. Before I even really got into Beauty and the Beast as a film, just watching them dance on their wedding in the full official outfits just brought tears to my eyes, and I still can't watch the final episode when they are dancing without wanting to cry. I just hear the music and I nearly go. Watching them dance so beautifully. They still need to keep their shoulders down and their elbows up and stuff, but that's semantics I can sort of deal with. Sort of. I love ballroom dancing too much, but they have everything as a couple. They have the giant library, they have redemption arcs and wanting to be better for each other, and they dance. They dance together, and I can't resist that as a massive Strictly fan. I love it. I absolutely love it, and the lifts and everything is just everything to me. I adore them as a couple and I adore them as individual characters. Still on the Once Upon a Time thing, because I am still Once Upon a Time trash, despite the fact that I haven't watched the show in a very long time, because season 7 happened and I refused to watch it because it was season 7 and basically the show ended for me when the book thing happened and the last 5 minutes didn't happen. The last 5 minutes with the girl didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. Anyway, with Once Upon a Time, it really made me appreciate the character of Captain Hook. Now, I was never a massive Disney fan as a child, so I never actually watched Beauty and the Beast, the animated version, or Peter Pan, or anything else. I was, as a child, sat watching The Matrix and Blade and things like that, which I really shouldn't have been. I should have been watching Disney stuff, but I was watching the Blade and the Matrix. And I've only just sort of gotten round back to the whole Disney thing, and I still haven't gone back and watched Beauty and the Beast or Peter Pan or anything like that. But Captain Hook in Once Upon a Time is a dream. Again, it's the redemption arc thing. I am a sucker for a good redemption arc, and with Captain Hook, his redemption arc was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Going from being a good guy to a bad guy because of his circumstances, to being a kind of semi-good guy but morally grey, to being a good guy but kind of morally grey, because I love a morally grey character. I loved that storyline, and I adored Hook as a character anyway. I loved his sass as well. I loved how he was kind of the voice of reason that nobody listened to. I loved how he fell for Emma and how he wanted to protect her, but knowing how powerful she was, and he kind of let her look after herself, but also was protective of her and wanted to be there for her through all of her struggles, and everything was just everything. It was everything. And then that season where they both went dark one, just, oh boy, I was rather into that. I was very much into that, because slightly evil, morally grey characters going more evil is my thing. But Captain Hook as a character was just something that I really, really enjoyed, and I loved his storyline in Once Upon a Time. It was amazing, and if I'm going to be shallow here, that outfit was everything. And the amount of times he wore it, I just swooned every single time. Like, I have a thing for men in eyeliner and lots of jewellery and non-black trench coats, but that outfit was something else. And then, I mean, like, I mourned the trench coat when he started wearing the short leather jacket and the jeans. Like, the skinny jeans and the boots and the leather jacket was still rather nice to look at, I'm not gonna lie. But the trench coat was the thing for me, and yeah, I just really love Captain Hook. And if I'm completely honest, my favourite moment will always be either the wedding or his song, Revenge Is Gonna Be Mine, from the musical episode. I waited for that musical episode for so long. It was the wedding episode. I nearly cried the whole way through it. But that moment where he's doing the dancing and singing, I just fell. Because if there's one thing I really can't resist, it's a man in a leather trench coat, in eyeliner, with loads of jewellery on, who's slightly morally grey and evil, singing well. Can't do it. And he was singing about revenge. How am I supposed to resist that? I can't. I love Captain Hook. I have a serious crush on Captain Hook. I'm not gonna lie. I do. It's been years since I've watched, like, Once Upon a Time, but I've still got a crush on Captain Hook, and he's still sort of like the thing I look out for the most. I'm just like, Captain Hook, Captain Hook, Captain Hook. Screw the rest of the characters. Give me Captain Hook. I don't care about anybody else. Well, I do. But I just want Captain Hook. Really badly. And then Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. Elfie, man. I have also never watched Wizard of Oz. If I have watched The Wizard of Oz, I was about 4 when I watched it. I can't remember a thing apart from what I've seen on, like, TV clips that have shown it, or GIFs on Tumblr, or whatever. But I adore Wicked. Wicked is my favourite onstage musical. Until The Greatest Showman ends up on the stage, then that will knock everything out of the park. But at the moment, Wicked is my favourite stage musical. And with Wicked, Elphaba will always be my favourite character, because Elphaba, again, is not even a redemption arc. She's not even morally grey, but watching her sort of not embrace the Wicked Witch of the West title, but trying to do good through it while also making mistakes and being painted as this evil freak, just really doesn't speak to me, but I really love the idea, and I love watching her overcome everything and finally getting her happy ending, or her semi-happy ending. I really love it, and I love seeing her going from being the outcast to falling in love and finding friendship even when it does go wrong. I adore it. And also, she sings Defying Gravity. I love Defying Gravity. It is my favourite song out of any musical apart from Rewrite the Stars and This Is Me. I love Defying Gravity. Like, I love The Wizard and I and For Good, Wicked, all the rest of them, but Defying Gravity, because I am basic, I love it. It's just, it's everything. I love that moment in the show every single time. I sing along silently. I don't sing out loud, don't worry, I don't ruin it for everyone else in the audience, but I adore that moment and just the power I feel when I watch that. I can't even describe it. Even just watching Idina Menzel the other week doing that song on the Wicked 10-year anniversary or 20-year anniversary, however long it was, I will link it down below. I had tears in my eyes. It was beautiful, and I will always love Elphaba for her storyline, for her friendship and her ability to love, and for defying gravity, because if that's not the song of the century, I don't know what is. And my final one on the list, Merida. I really quite like Brave. It's not my favourite. I have to say I do prefer Tangled and Frozen. I know that's slightly unpopular, but I do really love Frozen as well. But Brave with Merida, I adore Merida as a character. I love that she doesn't want to fall in love and she doesn't want a boyfriend or to get married or anything. She wants to fire arrows and be a badass, and that I adore in a character. I love characters who just don't want romance, because I know I'm supposed to be giving romance a second chance this year in books and in TV. Well, on TV I'm fine with it, but in books for some reason it just bugs the living daylights out of me. No idea why. Maybe I'm a cynic. I don't know. I'm not aromantic, I'm asexual, so I don't know if that's part of it or something. I don't know, but I do not like love stories, and to watch a female character in a Disney movie, no less, say no to the love story and to go off and be her own hero in her own story to try and save her mother was just an incredible revolutionary moment to me. I was very late watching this as a film, but I still so enjoyed it so much. I just loved Merida's storyline, her determination, her skill with a bow and arrow was second to none. I adored that. And I loved how she defied all expectations of a Disney princess, from her hair to her attitude to her badassery. I adored her, and also she's Scottish, and I have a thing for Scottish accents, so couldn't help but absolutely adore Merida. I think she's one of my favourite Disney princesses, and she's just brilliant. I adore her. And that is my favourite Fairytale characters, for now at least. Once I start getting into my Fairytale retellings books and actual original fairy tales, because I've got Hans Christian Andersen down here somewhere, and I've also got Grimm's fairy tales and stuff like that, this list is probably gonna sort of expand further, but at the moment that is my favourite characters out of everybody in the Fairytale land. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below with some of your favourite Fairytale characters. I would love to know and have a discussion about them. I'll also leave a link down below to all of my social media if you want to check it out. If you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time, guys, bye!